Hello and welcome to another Thursdays with Alu. Today we're going to talk about my preparation for the role of Dr. Naburo. I know it's been 11 years now. I know. It's so I love reading, and in preparation for my role, I acquired a couple of books that I think will help me in the process of refining and developing the character of Dr. Laburo. And of course, the first book is 101 Things to Do to Become a Superhero or Evil Genius. Let's focus on or Evil Genius. So it's funny, like it show you things you can do as a superhero and things you can do as a supervillain. So I found my alter ego, Dr. Nobuo, and my super evil name because it was a superhero name, and then Doctor. I didn't want to. I wrote on it, but and then so much things to do as a superhero and supervillain. This one, the book, I recommend everyone if you want to be a hero or supervillain. Second book is the Supervillain Handbook, and Supervillain Handbook, the ultimate how-to guide to destruction and mayhem. King Oblivion, PhD. And of course, it has the essential, like motivation, qualifications, goal, persona, rhetoric, abilities and equipment, staffing, facilities, planning, and limitations. It's good, humorous, and if you want to start, I recommend this. And then if you are a supervillain who uses robots or some technological terror to, I recommend this book. Not as a way to survive a robot uprising, but to instigate a robot uprising. And he said, like, how a book about surviving a robot uprising would be useful in creating robot uprising. Because it details how it's by Daniel H. Wilson. He's a roboticist, and the book is great for like what robot what's the robot designed for, like type of robots and engineering. So like it's a very interesting book, but it's not like for your typical act of supervillainy. If your minions are robotics, and it could be useful also for the second book is fourth book is I Wear the Black Hat by Chuck Klosterman. I think I mispronounced. It's a great book because it's about supervillains. Minneapolis Star Tribune review, a gleeful and often funny explanation of villainy, both fictional and real. And yes, it has, explanations of, damn it, DUI, grappling with villains, real and imagined. It's great, And you have villains who are not villains, easier than typing, perpetual tapioca, human K. It's a, it's a good book also. Give you inspiration. I wear a top hat, but not. I don't have a Van Dyke like this. I have a mustache and a goatee, preferably because I love goatee. Goatee is. And the last book is How to Take Over the World by Ryan North. I love Ryan North. I had a book of him called How to Invent Everything because I think that book would be useful for another topic. And this practical schemes and scientific solutions for the uprising supervillain. How to Take Over the World. It's a great book. I haven't read it yet because I have a hectic schedule to focus on the reality and fictional stuff. I have like super basic super villainy. What talk about when we talk about taking over the world? Your simple stuff like part 3: the unpunished crime is never regretted. So these books are I read. I read the 3 but this is my latest acquire. My latest book to. So like, you think like, why have library? A book is reading is very important thing, and for me, I learned a lot by reading. But what to read is also important thing. Some materials can be destructive and dangerous, and some materials can lead to constructive life and better understanding of the human race and everything. But why I read to prepare for such a comical and dramatic and science fiction role, because that's how we prepare something. And to go back to the main inspiration for Dr. Buru is when he said like taking over the world, and everyone has their own version of taking over the world and why they want to take over the world. For Dr. Steele was to spread his idea of utopian playland that everyone has to express, because he was toy maker, and he felt like his ideas were suppressed and he cannot design the toys the way he want, and he felt like, okay, this is not. And I tried to trace back all that stuff and this, which led me to create Dr. Noburo, not as a way taking over the world. In this, taking over would sound interesting for a supervillain, but for me, as for Dr. Noburo, as an alien, first, before taking over the world, taking over Earth, is to understand what Earth humans stand for, and with the diversity of this and everything, philosophical backgrounds and this stuff. But prominent thing in the human culture is pop culture, and since the dawn of man, people seek to be entertained, to be informed, to be and people say like it's not. It's a fiction. It's entertainment. And dismiss it completely. The value of pop culture. And then I thought about infusing the idea of fun and pop culture on this. It's like fun way Mystery Science Theater 3000. Instead of reviewing bad movies, we just have fun with pop culture, including bad movies and stuff, because I'm trying to have this good versus bad type of thing when it comes to pop culture. I enjoy everything, good or bad. Because if we focus on, good or bad thing, it's just limit our right. And of course, people have taste, and people have they don't have the time to watch everything, or to waste their time on something they don't like. And I don't encourage people to just drop everything and watch everything. That's why we have criticism as a field, but it boils down to subjectivity of the the art. And people just, this is not art, this is not art because this isn't hold into standards, this is not art because it's ugly, this is not art because it serves a sinister purpose like money laundering or this stuff. I observe people, the reaction to unconventional art and things like that. For me, art is about expressing yourself, no matter how unappealing or unskilled or untalented the piece is. When you express yourself through a squiggle or a doodle or just a scribble, or in the end, it's you, what you're expressing yourself versus what people interpret, because that's the art. How you interpret art reflects who you are as a human. And so for first my initial was to create Dr. Naburu as a replacement for Dr. Steele because he announced retirement, but it grew up to become something more than a parody or imitation or a copy of Dr. Steele. Well, they have it's an inspiration. I drew inspiration from so many sources, and Dr. Naburu continues to become this something that bigger. And now we enter the 11th year, and it's just I don't know how to say it. It's not that hard to produce. It's just one person operation, do it yourself style recording. And every time I try to revive the project, real life drags me back into that mold and try me to, and of course it's a survival. It's something that it had to be done. Everyone has the privilege to chase their own dreams, and through Dr. Naburu, I want to show a message that you too can follow your dreams. And even if you can't, just never let go of it. It's the dream that that motivates you to continue. For me, anyways. And also, Thursdays with Ali is I'm just keeping it as filler, but the main purpose of Thursdays with Ali is just to make a video that I can connect with people, my fans, all 5 of them. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know the number of my fan base, but the views are steady. I don't do it for the views. I do it for myself. But it's great to have fans along the ride. And it's been since I watched The Godfather in 2008, I wanted to be a filmmaker. It's just you want to be whatever you want to be. But the life, uncertainty of life, unpredictable trajectory can lead you to somewhere else. But you can make it work. You can always have a backup plan. I don't want to take over the world, as Dr. Naburo, but as to explore the world through the lens of an alien crash landing on Earth. So this Thursday is just way, like having to explain, Dr. Naburo and the future of my channel, because I don't want to be focused only on Dr. Naburo. I have so many projects I want to make, and you will see on this channel. Now, I just want to thank you all for watching this and supported me through my journey to realize my projects. Yeah. See you next Thursday.
You think them sunglasses make you look cool or something?